Ladies and dudes, I got a big giant surprise for all of you. I found another movie review that I'm going to do for today. And this movie is pretty darn good. And sadly, the last and final movie that made it to number one before the theaters got closed. Well, anyway, hi ladies and dudes, this is Rebecca Love Barkley, aka BoopUp977. This is my review for today. And today's review, ladies and dudes, I'm finally going to do this movie review at long last. A movie review that I did on hold for a while. Well, thanks to that idiot coronavirus. If the idiot coronavirus hadn't made people sick and die, and if the theaters had been closed, none of this will ever happen. If you know what I mean. Finally, at long last, I am finally going to do this movie review. And it's going to be my 160th movie review. Yeah, we're only 40 movie reviews away until we can finally make it to movie review number 200. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but we'll have to wait and see until the future will come. So, let's head on to my 160th movie review of Onward. And like I said, this is a pretty good, likable film to watch. And the final movie that did make it to number one at the box office. And I'm sorry it doesn't have much money for it. Maybe it could qualify as an underrated film, if you know what I mean. So without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my next movie review of Onward. So, here is the main plot of the story. The story is all about these two elves named Barley and Ian. They're going on their wildest and craziest mission of their lives to find this very unknown type of jewel type of thing so they could see their father again for the first and last time, and they need to do it before sundown. And sadly, they only got one day to do it. And that's my whole entire plot of the movie. And I guess everybody wants to know is, what the heck do I think about this movie called Onward? To tell you the truth, ladies and dudes, this is a very darn likable film. I think one of the most enjoyable Pixar films so far that's all about magic. I will say it had a pretty good storyline for the most part. The characters were likable. I do like the animation. I love the character designs. I really love the score. And yes, it'll make you sad. Big time. Something I'm not allowed to spoil. So anyway, let's head on to my strongest points and the weakest points of Onward. I will say for the strongest points for this movie is truly the second half of the film. You know, somewhere at the middle part and all the way to the end. I was blown away with the second half of the movie, and I really like the part where those two elves are doing, try to finish up their quest, and they're going to do the best they can to find that mysterious jewel thing so they could see their father one last time before he fades away. And yeah, like I said, I'm not allowed to spoil what happens because no spoilers allowed. All I could say about the near end, it's gonna make you cry. Big time. And I really do like the climax of the movie too. That was pretty darn epic and cool. So yeah, I have nothing else to say. So the second half is one of the best, strongest points in the whole entire movie. And yes, ladies and dudes, before I head on to the weakest points of the movie, there is some interesting fun facts that you need to know about this movie. Okay, here's a couple of fun facts I found. It's about our beloved Chris Pratt and Tom Holland. One, they are both down-to-earth dudes. We finally got some famous people out there who are very down-to-earth, they're very human beings, and they care a lot about most important things that, what a human being is like, I guess. Being happy and friendly, and they really love kids, and they just want to make them happy. That's all I know. The second interesting fun fact about those two dudes, they did animated films. Well, we already know for Chris Pratt, he did the 2 Lego movies. I love the first one, but I never watched the second one, but I did see some clips here and there. And also for Tom Holland, he did a Studio Ghibli film called The Secrets of Yeti or something like that. Era Yeti? Oh, it's hard to pronounce that last word. But you know which one I'm talking about. And the other is Spies in Disguise. Where he played a 15-year-old and he turned his partner into a pigeon. You know which movie I'm talking about. And the final interesting fun fact you should know about these two famous dudes. They were a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Chris Pratt playing Star-Lord from the Guardians of the Galaxy saga, and also for Tom Holland, he did play our beloved Spider-Man. Oh yeah. Now those are the interesting fun facts you should know about these two wonderful famous actors. The ones that are pretty darn new to me. But I'm starting to get to know them here and there every time they do a movie separately. Even there were 2 films that they were together in. For the Avengers films. So yeah, those are the interesting fun facts I found with the 2 famous actors who did work together on Onward. So, those are my great strongest points for the film. And now let's head on to the weakest points of the film. I will say for the main beginning of the storyline, I wish they should explore the fantasy world just a whole lot more. Get to know what these cool, amazing creatures can do with magic. And since magic got abandoned to them for a very, very long time, I just want to see a whole lot more of it. Maybe somewhere around extra 10 minutes or something. Yeah, and sometimes the movie can be dragged a little bit here and there. Yeah, for sure. So those are the only weak points that I found with this movie. And now let's go on to these 2 amazing characters. 2 fantastic brothers. Barley and Ian, played by our dear beloved Chris Pratt and Tom Holland. I really love these 2 characters, and they had such fantastic character development and chemistry for each other in this movie. And it's all about brotherly love. I will say they have both fantastic storylines. They have such great personalities and attitudes. And they only have one dream: to meet their father in person before he fades away. Well, we already know that the older brother knows him, but sadly for the younger brother, he did not know him because his father had passed away before he was born. It's such a sad shame. I feel so sorry for the young one. But overall, these two guys, they were one of the most best parts about the movie. I have nothing else to say. Well, okay, let's head on to my final thoughts of Onward. Overall, Onward is such a pretty good Pixar film for the most part, I guess. And it's a very enjoyable movie to watch. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you this. Onward is also a great adaptation of Weekend at Bernie's. I forgot to say that part to you, all of you. But anyway, back to my final thoughts. It's a great film to watch. It had a very good storyline, likable characters, great character designs, good animation. It had a very good score. And yes, this movie is going to make you cry. Big time. Even at the part of the near end of the movie, which I'm not allowed to spoil. So anyway, I decided to give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. Well, I know some of them like this film or not, but for me, I do enjoy this movie. And I'm very proud to do this movie review as my 160th movie review. And that is my whole entire movie review of Onward. And I hope you enjoy this movie review, and I promise I will do more movie reviews to come somewhere around this year, hopefully. So tell me, ladies and dudes, what is your most favorite Pixar film of all time? Whichever it is, leave a comment there and let me know. Oh yeah, and another thing I want to ask you before I go, which one of these people that you want to bring back to life for just one day and one day only? It doesn't matter if it's a family member or a best friend or a neighbor or one of the most famous people that you want to meet in your life. For me, if I ever brought back only one person that I never met yet in my whole entire life, I would choose Alan Scary Rickman. I would love to meet Alan Scary Rickman in person, and I really want to get to know how I seriously feel about him. And maybe I could finally ask him this one simple question. Would you like to be a part of the Taken saga and play my Taken made-up character? And besides, I really want you to play a protagonist in an action thriller film. That will be one good thing I want to say to Alan Scary Rickman. If I ever met him in person, and I would like to meet him for just one day and one day only. Well, if you know me. So, that is it for now. I'll see you guys later, and sayonara.